Good morning, you guys. We are on our way to Sam's Club to get my water because it has more bottles in it and it's for like 30 cents more. So yeah, use your membership. My membership is actually expiring next month.
Oh wow.
Are we renewing it?
I don't see why not.
What I get it for intentionally is gas, and he doesn't use it for what I get it for. Like, I got a Costco membership last year for gas, and he never used it. We moved out here, and then we thought there was no Costco, and surprise, there was. So I'm pretty mad about that. I'm still hating on El Paso maps for that very reason.
They don't. Yeah, it's crazy because you'll be driving around and you'll be like, I didn't know this was here.
Yeah, something you thought that something wasn't out here, you know, because we're looking for things that we know from like back home, you know what I mean? And a lot of stuff, obviously, like their grocery stores are different. When we're looking for like food for less, and we're looking for Aldi's and grocery outlet, they don't have any of that stuff out here. You guys, Sam's Club was an absolute zoo. There was children throwing up. There was no room to move around. Like, it was just a little stressful situation. Kevin, what did you think of it?
It was crazy.
It was. He is having a little bit of the anxieties there, but I don't blame him. Somebody coughed right on me and made me feel like so disgusting. How nice is too nice when you have a son? I don't know. I'm gonna find out with my son, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I don't know. Like, he's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like all the pressure, all the things that he needs to get done, he does it himself. I essentially, since he was little, like when we put the thing, when I said like, hey, school is important and all that stuff, he took it very seriously, and he's been an overachiever ever since.
Yeah, she had one conversation
with each of them, and they both showed me that they're good, you know what I mean? I don't get phone calls about them. Everybody complimented my kids. Like, I never had any issues with them at all growing up, so I've been blessed.
I remember being at the laundromat, people like, they were sitting there with the Game Boy and this playing, and they were like 5 and 4. Excuse me. And on a chair while I was doing laundry, and people was like astonished. They're like, my God, your kids are so well behaved, and they're just sitting there. Like, yeah, they were shocked.
But you know, they're wild at home. Like, honestly, Taj was a wild child at home, but I didn't care. You know what I mean? I let him wild out at home, do whatever. He could be himself at home, and in the streets, it was different. You know what I mean? Like, in the streets, he acted a certain way, but at home, like, I could show you pictures of him. He was my wild child, and he did what he wanted at home, and I let him be himself and let him develop into himself. And now he's a completely different person than he was as a child. Like, he's so like regimented. I thought he was the one that was going to be more like me personality wise with the wildness, and he's not, and neither one of them are. They're more like him. They're so mild, and like, I don't know, he's more like Taj. I think he's a lot more like him with the way he views the world. He's kind of like very, how do you say, conservative. He's conservative like his dad. Kimana is like way more liberal like me with her views of the world, but Taj is way more like, it's black and white and that's it. So when I talk to him about legalization of marijuana and stuff like that, he's like, no, why would I do that? No. I'm like, whoa, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm just kidding. But he doesn't look at it like the way me and Kimana look at it, and maybe it's because our anxiety is worse than his. I had just recently found out that he even had anxiety, so he doesn't mention stuff like that. He holds a lot in. It makes me nervous that he holds so much in, but every now and again you'll get him to talking and he'll be like letting you know everything, but every other time it's like, I'm fine, it's fine, things are fine, it's fine. Yeah, we've been very fortunate. Now, is it something that's going to come out later on that's going to be like, now they're wilding, now they're crazy, or are they just always going to be like this? But
they're very well behaved, things like that. I'm very blessed. You know, people just like, even at the barbershop, the guy was like, your son is, you know, he's like, yo, your son just seems like he's into school. He's not, no, you know,
yeah, his
he doesn't
barber
seem like he's he's into any trouble. He's just focused on schoolwork. I can tell he's a good person.
Yeah.
You know, this is from a barber that didn't even know him from Adam. Just met him that first time.
Yeah, he's like, he's not like me. I got in trouble all the time and stuff like that. And
it's nothing like that. So I'm like, we're you know, eternally blessed knowing that.
I think we did something right.
Yeah. I think I honestly feel like it was being home, like you being home, and you know, Kimana was always saying, you know, she was the one who was there. You're at work. That's why it was so strange when I'm home.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, it's so strange, but you know, because you were there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. A lot of kids were saying how, you know, we met a lot of kids in even our second apartment that were like, their parents were never there.
Yeah.
None of the parents
we adopted
were ever there.
A lot of children.
So they would come by the house and they'd be like, oh my God, she's, you know, your mom is cool. She's here, and you know, she's at home. My mom is, you know, at work or whatever. You know.
I mean, it's hard parenting and having to, you know, make sure that your kids are fed. I don't fault anybody at all for doing what they got to do for their kids. It's hard out there with inflation and the pay not matching up with inflation, and you just be going through it. You know what I mean? He took a lot of that off of me. He took all of that off of me and was like, focus on our family. And that's what we did. You know what I mean? It's very outdated, but that's what we did. But at the end of the day, our payoff is our kids are amazing people. They could still be amazing people if you're not at home. They can. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. And there's a lot of kids that are amazing without their parents being at home. But I'm just saying, I felt fortunate to be able to spend that time at home with them. Although it drove me crazy too. Like, if there's two sides to that coin, because you don't have adult time, you know what I mean, and you're isolated and you know what I mean, you just don't have that. But on the same side, I was able to go to all their performances. I was able to go to all their award ceremonies. You know, I was able to be present where, you know, and we represented for some of the parents that weren't there. So like, if some of the parents weren't there, we yelled and screamed for those kids so that they, you know what I mean, felt loved too, because you don't have a choice. There's not like a real choice but to go to work. You know what I mean? You have to. You have to. There's no choice. So it sucks. You know what I mean? It kind of sucks that work has to take precedence over your family a lot of times. Like, you have to make that choice to be like, I have to do this to make sure there's food on the table, clothes on their back, shelter. And you don't get to always have those flexible jobs that let you get off to make those, you know, get to the award ceremony. And it leaves a lot of parents with guilt, you know what I mean? But don't ever feel guilty if you weren't able to make it, because you made it in another way. You made sure that they ate, you made sure they had shelter, you made sure that they had clothes and whatever else they needed or wanted in life. So don't ever feel bad that you weren't able to make it to an award ceremony, because you showed up in a different way and it was a very important way. So don't ever feel bad for that. It just sucks that those choices have to be even there, you know what I mean? It just sucks that that has to be a part of life. Like, oh my gosh, do I feed my child or do I go see them win their award? You know what I mean? But that's when it's good to have a community that can record for you, take pictures for you, and make sure that, you know, all that stuff was, you're still there, you still felt like you were a part of it. This person's gonna cut us off. That was really cool. I mean, these kids though, let me tell you now, because we allow them to be themselves, they got mouths on them, okay? They got these mouths on them, all right?
Like, well, you know.
They tell you the real, they tell you how they really feel, and I still encourage that today. I want them to feel free to express themselves. Like I said before, the world is gonna shut you down outside of your home. You don't need your parents trying to shut you down and keep you from self-expression too, because the whole world is going to tell you not to be some type of way. You can't act like that, you can't be like that. So at home, speak your piece, you know what I mean? And they definitely speak their piece, but I'm grateful for that, you know what I mean? Like, I want them to feel like they have a voice in our family. We include them in everything. So what is up, guys? Right now we are doing a pickup, and then we're gonna do our first and ever Walmart delivery. I know it sounds weird to be excited about it, but I just wanted to see how it worked, because we've been on all kinds of platforms with delivering things. It's been Grubhub, it's been Amazon, it's been Uber Eats, and so we're trying this one. He won't do like DoorDash or Postmates or anything like that. I'm really upset because honestly, this is the second time my battery died, and like, what the hell, honestly, because I should have brought it. I was gonna bring the pack that charges it, and I did not, and now I'm here without an effing battery. So I don't know if we're gonna get to vlog our experience unless I do it from my phone, which I hate so much. Well, I got my tripod and I got that, but I thought I threw a battery in here, and for a person that has 3 freaking batteries, they all seem to be dying like crazy, and I can't find one. And oh wait, here she blows. So hopefully this is good luck right here, number 3. And yeah, I got one at home on the table, this one that's in the camera, and then this one right here. So I'm hoping she's the winner today because I've been losing. My battery's dying again.
Wow, you just changed it.
I did. See, see. So we'll get back to you in a second. Hopefully this battery is the winner, and we will be vlogging our experiences. This one's not the Walmart one though. This is the Grubhub one. But we'll get back to you. All right, bye.
Hi everybody, today is Vlogmas.
What was that?
Day 15. What was?
You're just smiling in the camera.
Wow, I can't, can't smile now, huh? I was talking way too much when the camera wasn't on.
Just do what I want, how I want it. Hey goodness, hey you guys, what's going on? It's Vlogmas Day 15, as he said. The end of the day. So Kindelle had a question for us, and I forgot my phone. And I believe it was, what would we tell our children about marriage and about life that would make their life easier. So we'll start with marriage, and Kevin, you can go.
Oh, I would say the marriage thing will be more so make sure the communication, the lines of communication is thoroughly open, and you learn to know how each other communicates, and make sure you get your point across without getting any signals misunderstood or misconstrued, where you can lead down the path where, you know, something that could have been easy clarified if they understood the first time. And I think that just communication in general.
I've just seen that water bottle, like, you love it so much. Anyways, go ahead.
And that's it.
That's all?
As far as communication goes.
Okay. I would say that you have to learn how to compromise, and that's probably one of the issues that we have in our marriage, is the not compromising part. Like, he's very strong-willed about things, so he would not compromise on a lot of things. So I think compromise is very important. And also,
for example, 30 minutes in this, I have a timetable when we go into a store. The compromise is, to me, I have a certain time limit. Like I said, we go in the store, and the compromise is have a list, and I'm yet to see her carry a list. So I go in the store, I hit my time limit, like, okay, it's time to go. We get everything we need.
He'll start getting antsy.
I start getting antsy because I'm like, I don't like. He
starts getting agitated and stuff like that, but I still shop.
She still shops, and it's like.
That was not a very good example of compromise whatsoever.
Nope, not at all. Because that's shit. Because I'm like, okay, I'm in Sam's Club, and.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my thing. He wouldn't want to go to the store multiple times to come back to get stuff. So, for instance, today when we were at Sam's Club, I was like, I want to get 3 waters. He's like, no, I don't want to get 3 waters. And then I was like, all right then, but don't complain when in, you know, a couple of days you're going to have to get water again. So he got the water, and the same for the milk, because he's like, didn't I just buy milk? And I was like, listen, 3 of us like drink almond milk, so he needs to keep the milk going. They only give you half a gallon, but they don't give you like a full gallon of the milk, so we get to half gallons to make a gallon. But he drinks a lot of milk, and I make a lot of smoothies, so yeah, we need more milk. I mean, we might not need it right now, but see, like, I wanted to get toilet paper, we didn't get it. I wanted to get paper towels and we didn't get it. And then my daughter texts me and
And we
she's
pulled up to the car to
my
the
daughter
drive.
texts me and she's like,
And-
I need paper towels. And I'm like, I shot him a look. And he's like, I'm not getting paper towels.
I just pulled up into the house. I'm like, I've already been out pretty much all day.
The point is, compromise is very important, and this is why.
This
and
is the situation.
This is why. This is why, because this is a very fresh situation that happened today. That was just a day in our lives, and I mean, obviously, neither one of us left mad or anything, but if we don't have it, he can't say anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm like, hey, while you're out, get paper towels. And he can't say anything because he didn't pick them up.
I'm good on that.
How you doing it? If we need it, you getting it.
Yeah, we need it.
The second question was, what would we teach them for life to make their lives easier? Or second part of the question. And
Well, to make their lives easier, I would say, just focus on what you want out of your life and from the jump, and don't compromise on it. Because everybody wants you to, once you get out here, everybody wants you to compromise to get where they want to go. You know what I mean? Not everybody, but the ones a lot of the people I've come across in my personal life.
Most people are using other people to
get where they want to get. When they want to go, and then before you know it, you said you have a big pie. This is your big pie is your idea. And my idea is this is what I want to do. I want to get there. I want to hold on to this big pie. But as you're moving along into your goal, towards your goal, and this pie is just being taken apart piece by piece. So my advice to them is to hold on to your pie as much as you can. Because someone's going to keep saying, hey, can I get a piece of that? Can I get a piece of that? Can a piece of that? And so you spend your whole time, half your life, giving everybody parts of you and what's left. You know what I mean? So you don't, you got to realize especially nowadays, there's so much situations where people are hurting and they're not thinking about the next person. And like, oh, you know what? Maybe, I should be more understanding and not just let me take everything and keep moving, So just for them, just make sure you hold on to your pie. Pretty much that's it, as much as you can.
Yeah. Mine is make your mental health a priority, because nobody is going to care about what is going on with you if you don't care what's going on with you. So always make that a priority. The other thing is diversify your portfolio, have multiple streams of income, and always pay yourself first, because honestly, at the end of the day, these bills are always going to be here, and you need to make sure that you're always taken care of. So no matter what, you take off the top for yourself and put it away, because all this stuff is still going to be here when you get done. So make sure you have multiple streams of income, because that's important. You know what I mean? Don't always just rely on one thing, because if you lose that one thing, you have nothing. So always make sure that you have a lot of streams of income. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your physical health. Just love you. Self-care is like really, really important. I feel like that should be at the top of the list always, and it would have made my life a lot easier if I had known to put myself first. If I wasn't made to feel guilty for putting myself first, then it would have taken a lot of strain off of myself, because I have the tendency to overgive, overcare, and overdo things, so that I'm left depleted at the end of the day. So I think it would make, because my kids have big hearts, you know what I mean? And I want to make sure that they care for their hearts, because I didn't learn about that stuff until later on. Like, it is okay to care about yourself. About credit, I always tell my kids not to go out and get a credit card. I was advised by my mother at 18, not knowing much about the world, to go out and get credit. And yes, I know you have to pay your credit card back, but I did not know how to use it responsibly at 18. So I advise my kids against credit. And you can get a house without credit. There's ways to get it without having to have a crazy credit score. Like, they make it sound like you need to have like revolving credit in order to qualify for a mortgage, and nothing is furthest from the truth. I've learned so much on my journey. So about credit and things like that. So I don't advise my kids to get credit cards, and if you do, use it for something that is going to benefit you in the long run, invest in a business or something like that. But don't just have a credit card just to have it. If you want a TV, save up for it. Don't just put it on credit. So I do advise my kids not to get credit. Use sinking funds for things that they want and save up for it versus just going out and getting credit cards. So that is another thing about, you know, to make their life easier, because I had no idea what I was doing with my credit card. I got my first one, and I ended up pregnant not that long after, and I ran it up with baby clothes when I had a savings account dedicated to baby clothes. So anyways, that would be all. Thank you so much for spending your minutes with me, and if you didn't hear it today, we love you, and I hope that you have a wonderful night. I am so tired, and you guys, it's only 8:30. like, I don't know what's going on with me. But I just feel drained by 8:30, and I think it's like how dark it gets so fast and all of that. But by 8:30 I'm so spent, it's not even funny. And what else? Be the light that you want to see and give the love you want to receive, and we will see you in the next freaking video. We're gonna be seeing me for Vlogmas day 16. like, what? So I don't know about editing tonight. This video might go up late because I'm tired, but yeah, thank you again for spending your minutes with us. We love and appreciate you, and we love you. So if you didn't hear it today, again, we love you. Kindelle, thank you so much for your questions. We love and appreciate you. It gives us something to talk about, and things that we haven't thought about, really, you know, like what we tell our kids about relationships and marriage. I mean, I'm giving them advice in real time, like all the time, and I don't know which one is like the top thing that I'd want to say, but definitely compromise is up there, and communication, he took that one. So yeah, communication and compromise. And what else? There was one more thing. Oh, acknowledging each other's wants and needs, because a lot of times those things are not really acknowledged, and a lot of people feel undervalued in the relationship and stuff like that. Like, acknowledging each other's love language is huge. So without him taking the test or anything, he likes words of affirmation and stuff like that, and I like acts of service. So if he does the dishes or something like that, those types of things, that's my love language and that's his. So that's how you keep your partner hype, knowing their love language. So yeah, I guess that's it. I love you guys. Bye.